Today, we're going to be talking about why it's not common for individuals to have a secure financial future and to have a good handle on their cash flow. I hope you enjoy. Have you ever felt like you didn't have complete control of your finances, or you were on the razor's edge, and if something popped up unforeseen, it's going to totally blow up your financial picture? Well, you're not alone. That's a very common theme amongst individuals when you talk to them. And I think it's primarily because of the way we're taught that money flows or cash flows. So we'll swap to a different camera here. If you look statistically, you'll find that if that is the way you feel, again, you're not alone. Make sure I've got the proper camera going on here. We'll jump into this. So when you think about basically the way we're taught in school or wherever, basically what we're taught is we earn money and we spend money and then we save. And we do it in that order. This is common. This is common planning. And the reason that we don't find the majority of people in a sound financial position is because of the way the money flows and the way they were taught. What we have discovered over the years in working with clients is if we can introduce a pattern interrupt, it makes a significant difference. As a matter of fact, I have some earlier videos that you can go back and watch. One of them is called Maximum Potential, and it shows the impact of these pattern interrupts, but it doesn't really tell somebody strategically how to do that. So just to give you a quick overview, basically what we do is we earn a paycheck. So this is our paycheck. And for most of us, it gets direct deposited into a checking account. We also would call that a bill paying account. So all of our money flows into there. If we get all of our bills paid and we've got something left, we may push it over into a savings account. So anything that's left might ultimately go over to this savings account. But in reality, it doesn't really act as a savings account. For most of us, it acts as a sinking fund. And what I mean by that is we may push some money over here, but then something unforeseen comes up and we need that money. So we push it back over into our checking account. So we deplete it. And then we get more money coming in. We may push some of it. If we're fortunate, we have some extra. We push it over into our savings account. But then an expense comes up and we push it back into our checking account. So it's not really an account that's advancing our position. It's just an additional storage account that temporarily stores money for a short period of time. Now, what we've been able to do with clients that has made a game-changing difference in their overall cash flow and putting them in a financial sound future. Well, first of all, let me back up and say, when I talk to people and ask them why they avoid, because we all know that managing our assets, just like we know, hey, if we eat healthy, we're going to have better health. Doesn't mean we do it because it takes effort, or that in order to stay in good physical shape, we need to exercise. We all have a desire to do that. We know it's going to make us healthier, but why don't we do it? Because it's a heavy lift. It requires effort. And that's why this scenario doesn't work for people financially unless they have tremendous discipline. What we have implemented and been able to have significant impact on individuals is with what's called a pattern interrupt. And what that pattern interrupt does is we get our paycheck, But before it goes into the checking account, we put a pattern interrupt in play where we have a reservoir that it goes into. And then we control from that reservoir where money goes. Don't know if this makes a whole lot of sense with the way I'm explaining it, because if you're like me, you're conceptual, but we're simply placing in place of, or in the way of, that paycheck. It first goes here before it then some of it might come down here into the checking account. And when we do this, what we end up doing is we disconnect our spending and our saving. For most of you, if I were to ask you, how much did you make 5 years ago? And let's just say you said, I made $70,000 5 years ago. Okay. And how much are you making now? Well, let's say you're making $90,000. Great. So your income has increased to $20,000 a year over there. So that's an extra $100,000. And if I were to ask you, do you have that extra $100,000? Most people would say, no, I don't, because their spending automatically follows their income increases. And that's why when they get to retirement or wherever, or even during their working years, they don't have a lot of flexibility because we become unconscious consumers. With the strategy that we implement, we actually become unconscious savers, and we're able to do it without reducing our current lifestyle. And this is the game changer that gets people excited about getting control of their financial future and their current position. If you have questions about this, you'd like to discuss this strategy, how you can control your cash flow so that you create a better present as well as a significantly increased future, give us a call here at Westside Advisors and Insurance Services. I hope you have a great week.